Every Tuesday night at 11 p.m., Father Murphy locks the church doors. Not to keep people out, to keep the confessions in. For 40 years, he sat in the wooden booth on the left side. The sinner sits on the right. A screen between them, thin as paper, heavy as iron. Tonight, a man walks in at 11:03. Late, breathing hard, smelling of rain and desperation. He doesn't kneel, doesn't cross himself, doesn't pray. He simply says, "I know what you did, Father." And just like that, everything reverses. The confessor becomes the confessed. The judge becomes the judged. And in a church built on forgiveness, someone's here for revenge. Welcome to St. Catherine's, where some sins are too heavy for even God to lift. Father Thomas Murphy was 73 years old. He'd served at St. Catherine's for 40 years. Everyone in the neighborhood knew him. Funerals, weddings, baptisms. He was there for every important moment. But Tuesday nights were different. Tuesday nights the church was silent, empty, open only for confession. Father Murphy had started this tradition 40 years ago. For those who wished to confess their sins late at night, he told the congregation. But the real reason was something else. On Tuesday nights, no one was around. No witnesses, no records. Just God, the sinner, and the priest. And some confessions should never leave the booth. Father Murphy sat in the left side of the confessional. Dark, narrow, airless. He'd been sitting on the same wooden bench for 40 years. The wood had molded to the shape of his body. The door opened. Someone entered. Father Murphy saw the silhouette through the screen. Male, middle-aged, wet coat, rain dripping from him. The priest waited for the traditional words. "Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned." Instead, he heard this. "I know what you did, Father Murphy." The voice was calm, controlled, not threatening, but certain. The priest's heart stopped. "My son," he said slowly, "this is a place of confession. If 30 years ago," the man continued. March 27, 1995. There was an accident on Maple Street. A drunk driver hit pedestrians. A woman died. The driver was never found. Father Murphy's hands began to shake. "I didn't come here to confess, Father," the man said slowly. "I came here to make you confess." March 27, 1995. Midnight. Young Father Murphy was 43 then. He'd just been assigned to St. Catherine's. His life was planned, orderly, walking God's path. That night, he was returning from a post-wedding dinner. He'd had 2 glasses of wine. Only 2 glasses. Holy men celebrate 2, he'd thought. But 2 glasses was too much to drive. Maple Street was dark, deserted, raining. Murphy wasn't speeding. He was just distracted. A hymn was playing on the radio. He'd opened the window to clear his head. Then a shadow, an impact, a scream. Murphy hit the brakes. The car skidded, stopped. In the rain, in the middle of the road, a woman lay motionless. Murphy got out of the car, ran, dropped to his knees. The woman was young, maybe 30. Her eyes were open, but there was no gaze. She wasn't breathing. "No, no, no," Murphy moaned. He looked around. Nobody. The houses were dark. The street was empty. Murphy checked the woman's pulse at her neck. Nothing. She was dead. And Murphy, in that moment, made a choice. He could call an ambulance, call the police, confess, but then his career would be over. His position at St. Catherine's, his community's trust, his chance to serve God. "I can't serve him if I'm in prison," he whispered to himself. Murphy checked the woman's identification. In her wallet was an ID card. Sarah Cole. Address, 432 Elm Street. Murphy moved the woman to the side of the road. positioned her to look like a traffic accident, like another car had hit her. Then he got in his car and drove away. The next day, the newspapers ran the story. Young woman dies in hit and run. Driver sought. Police never found a clue. And Father Murphy prayed for that woman every day for 30 years. But he never confessed. Was her name Sarah Cole? The man asked from the other side of the booth. Father Murphy couldn't speak. No, the man continued. My mother's name was Sarah Cole. You killed her, and you've been running for 30 years. Murphy's voice broke. It was an accident. An accident? The man's voice hardened. Hit and run isn't an accident, Father. It's murder and flight. Leaving a woman to die and saving yourself. Silence. My name is Detective James Cole, the man finally said. I've been a police officer for 20 years. For the last 5, I've been reinvestigating my mother's case. And I finally found you. Father Murphy's world was collapsing. How? He whispered. Paint trace, Cole explained. Your car scraped a pole that night. A tiny spot. But it left lime green paint. Your car in St. Catherine's parking lot. 1995 Buick. Lime green. Same paint. Murphy buried his face in his hands. 30 years, Cole continued. For 30 years you sinned. Every day you stood in this church, taught people morality, preached forgiveness. And every night you went to bed and forgot my mother's face. I didn't forget, Murphy moaned. Not a single night. I prayed for her every day. Every. Prayer? There was disgust in Cole's voice. Prayer doesn't bring victims back, Father. Justice does. Did you come to arrest me? A pause. No, Cole said slowly. I came to make you confess. 30 years ago you made a choice, Cole explained. You saved yourself, protected your career, your reputation, your freedom. And my mother died alone on that road. Father Murphy was crying now, silently, tears streaming down his face. But, Cole continued, you didn't kill just once. Murphy's head lifted. What? Emma Rodriguez, Cole said. 12 years ago, a young woman who volunteered at St. Catherine's Church. She managed the church funds. And one day she noticed something. Missing money. $50,000. Murphy's face tensed. Emma came to you, asked questions, and you had to silence her. No, Murphy whispered. Emma committed suicide. She jumped from the church roof. She left a note. She was depressed. You wrote that note, Cole said coldly. You took Emma to the roof, pushed her, then went downstairs and called the ambulance. Police closed it as suicide, because who wants to question a priest? Silence filled the church. $50,000, Cole continued. You used it for your mother's medical bills, Alzheimer's treatment, retirement home. You saved your mother by killing someone else's daughter. Murphy's breath caught. Emma Rodriguez, Cole said slowly, was my fiancée. The air in the confessional was suffocating. You? Murphy moaned. Did you come for revenge? No, Cole said. I came for justice. Same thing. It's not. Cole's voice was definitive. Revenge would be killing you. Justice is making you confess. Father Murphy was trembling. I'm a police officer, Cole explained. For 20 years I've served justice. But the system protected you. Evidence is old. No witnesses. A 30-year-old case. No prosecutor will open it. Then what do you want? Your confession, Cole said. The church microphones are on. This conversation is being recorded. If you confess, the recording goes to court. If you don't, a sound, metal, a gun. I was never here, Cole finished. And you're an old, guilty priest who shot himself. Murphy's heart was racing. You can't kill me, he said. You're a police officer. You took an oath. Justice. Justice, Cole cut him off. Where was it the night my mother died alone on that road? Where was it the night Emma was thrown from the roof? Where was it every day the system protected you? Silence. You preach forgiveness, Cole said coldly. What about those who don't deserve to be forgiven? Just then, the church's main door opened. Footsteps, light, determined. Cole turned. Murphy, too. A woman stood in front of the confessional booth. 30s, hair wet from rain, holding an envelope. I'm Emma Rodriguez's sister, she said quietly. My name is Sophia. Cole froze. Sophia, he said. What? What are you doing here? The same thing, Sophia said. What you're doing? Seeking justice. She held up the envelope. This is Emma's diary, her last week before she died, describing how Father Murphy threatened her, pressured her to stay silent. Father Murphy's face went gray. Sophia continued. Emma didn't commit suicide. I always knew that. But when I went to the police, they didn't believe me. Because Father Murphy was such a respected man. Who would accuse a priest? Cole looked at Sophia. Why come now? Because, Sophia said, I knew you'd be here tonight. I followed you, and I knew that if you couldn't find justice, I would. She reached under her jacket. She was armed too. 3 people. 1 church. 2 guns. 1 decision. Stop, Father Murphy moaned. Please, stop. The old man stepped out of the confessional. His face was covered in tears. His hands were shaking. You're right, he said. Both of you are right. I was a monster. He knelt on the church floor. Before God, I killed Sarah Cole, he said aloud. It wasn't an accident. I was drunk. I ran. I left her to die. His voice broke. And I killed Emma Rodriguez. She discovered I'd stolen money. I threatened her to stay silent. Then I took her to the roof, pushed her, and made it look like suicide. Cole and Sophia stood motionless. 30 years, Murphy continued. For 30 years I preached forgiveness, but I never forgave myself. Every night, I saw their faces. Every morning, I saw a murderer in the mirror. He raised his head, but I wasn't brave enough to confess. Because I loved myself more than I loved God. Just then, sirens sounded from outside the church. Cole looked at his phone. Church alarm triggered. Police are coming. Murphy smiled softly. I know. I triggered it. Police car lights illuminated St. Catherine's Church. Detective Cole lowered his gun. Sophia did too. Father Murphy, hands in the air, walked toward the church exit. Outside, 6 police officers waited. My name is Thomas Murphy, he said aloud, and I confess to 2 murders. Officers handcuffed him. Cole turned to Sophia. We'll need to submit Emma's diary to the court. Sophia nodded. I know. And you, Cole continued, shouldn't have come here tonight with a gun. It's dangerous. Like you did. Sophia cut him off. Cole paused, then smiled softly. Touché. The 2 watched the church together. Father Murphy was being placed in the police car. Do you think, Sophia asked, this is justice? Cole thought, not justice, but a beginning. What about forgiveness? Cole looked at St. Catherine's cross. Forgiveness is God's job. My job is just to reveal the truth. Father Thomas Murphy died at 76 in state prison. After 30 years of hidden murders, he served only 3 years. Old age, remorse, and full confession had lightened his sentence. No one came to his funeral. St. Catherine's Church appointed a new priest. Young, idealistic, clean record, but on Tuesday nights, no one visits the church anymore. The confessional booth is empty because the neighborhood knows now. Some sins are too big. Some men are too dangerous, and sometimes justice is needed, not forgiveness. Detective James Cole visited his mother's grave. "Finally, Mom," he whispered. "Finally justice has been served." And Sofia Rodriguez left a flower at Emma's grave. "I'll never forget you," she said, "and I'll never leave you alone." Two graves, side by side, in St. Catherine's Cemetery. Sarah Cole, Emma Rodriguez, two women killed by a priest. And in a church, their names still whisper through the confessional screen. Because some confessions echo forever.